I'm not sure about the 15 minutes format, because if we don't have any script or anything, I think that can become, or I'm actually sure it will become lengthy.
I'm Axel Menneking. I'm the head of hubraum, the tech incubator of Deutsche Telekom.
My name is Peter. I used to be, still say us, now in you or in hubraum actually. Still feel like being part of it. I used to be the head of hubraum, also kind of the founder of hubraum. I had the idea many years ago, and I had the chance to build it up, also together with Axel, and eventually hand over to this great young man. The initial idea was to open up Deutsche Telekom to the innovation power of external startups and founders, and to find a working pragmatic interface how to connect with this quite different world. The initial idea actually came up in 2008, but it took a while, actually until 2011, until we were finally allowed to officially do it and launch it, and also create the brand hubraum, set up this office here. Back then there wasn't a role model we could point to say, hey, look, another company has done something like hubraum and it worked out pretty well. We kind of had to invent it. So it took a while, but it was, I think, quite a fun ride. And after all, now after more than 10 years, I think it proves that it was worth it. To be very honest, it wasn't an easy ride at all. It was quite a tough ride actually, because initially no one wanted to hear anything about it. There were times when people really pointed with fingers on me and told, here's the crazy guy coming again, and they would slam doors in front of me when I wanted to come in and discuss with them.
Remember Helmut Schmidt, this famous chancellor, who said, who has visions should go to a doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We figured hubraum must be visible as kind of an intermediary, so it can be traced back to Deutsche Telekom, but is also kind of neutral ground. We need to build credibility not only internally before being able and being allowed to build hubraum, but also towards the outside world, towards the startups, and also towards other investors.
At that time, Deutsche Telekom was purely in Horizon 1, purely internal focused, and you were coming and talking about Horizon 3 and external, and the reaction was like, thank you, we are busy, and closing the door. It was like a PowerPoint slide, and there was like a list of names from the team came up with, like whatever, Hub Factory, blah blah blah.
Yeah, we had tons of names and then narrowed it down. But the thing is, even until the day when the Omermann launched it, we had the whole slide deck with two different logos, two different names, because only in the night before we decided, okay, let's go for hubraum.
I remember that the day hubraum was announced, the server crashed.
All systems down.
Maybe talk a bit about this vision of how a space should look like, because I'm just giving like a few words. Like
we went to the people from facility management and told them we believe that startups need a gym and they need a shower, obviously, not only for after spending a night on the desk. And they thought initially, I think they were completely crazy.
Yeah. I remember that, of course, the plan was to move at the heart of Berlin's startup ecosystem. Back then, I would say, like, it was around Rosenthaler Platz, Torstraße,
It was so hot.
And that turned out to be also like an interesting conversation with the colleagues from facility management, right?
With a few others, corporate security including.
It was like decided that we had to move into Winterfeldstraße, here in Schöneberg, which once was the heart of Western Berlin, like David Bowie living around the corner and stuff, but not really the heart of the Berlin startup ecosystem.
Yeah, we weren't happy at the beginning, I must say.
Looking back, it was kind of like a, I would say, a pirate setup. Yeah.
we had to do a tremendous amount of remodeling in this very space. I mean, you know how it looked like. It was dark and dull and little offices for one or two people, and we broke out all the walls and painted the walls in colors and brought in artists that created the space or helped create the space.
The space really reflected the mindset of the team. And the mindset was like, we communicate on eye level with startups. We're not like the big corporate and you are the small startup. No, we are on the eye level. I think that is like really one of of the key inventions. Also, I would say like visions that came to life that now become like common sense. But at that time were like really, I would say, the illusion of after tomorrow to many of the colleagues in the corporate, and took a lot of energy to get this through. I remember also like looking together with the team for locations in Krakow. And from like super cool old factory brick wall locations towards like very modern locations. But in the end, I think the team also found a very good joints with the factory space, I would like now call it. And Krakow turned out to be also like a super good spot for engineering student talent. It's a real asset also like as a door into Central and Eastern Europe.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's all about people, and Hubraum is one team between the colleagues in Poland and in Germany. There's a lot of back and forth between those two locations. The characters who are drawn by Hubraum, these are special people, like so outward oriented, forward-looking, growth mindset, acting with a true purpose of passion. Otherwise, I think also you could not, you cannot work at Hubraum for 2 years without like fully being passionate about it. It eats you up. A few years ago, I was asked, what is your vision for Hubraum? And I said, my vision for Hubraum is that in 5 years from now, Hubraum does not exist anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that was exactly the reaction. And then why? And I said, because I hope that everyone in Deutsche Telekom acts as we do. And a dedicated unit is not needed anymore, because it's obvious that we are external oriented, that we are partnering oriented, that we embrace the external ecosystem, and that we collaborate with startups as a natural thing of our business, and therefore a dedicated unit and brand is not needed anymore. I think there are a few more steps to go, but I really see this change. Nowadays, if you type in Google, I guess if you type in a lean startup, you get like multi-million hits. And that shows how the ecosystem has matured, because we now have like multiple generations of founders, and the common knowledge of how to build companies is much more public and available. Sharing is caring, and if everyone shares, at some point this sharing comes back to you. What in the beginning was to us, let me say, a challenge not being in the middle of the ecosystem, over time turned out to be a true differentiator, because in this building, as one of the major internet nodes of Deutsche Telekom for Berlin, we have core technology that is really unique. And in the end, of course, it's about like bringing both parties together to create business opportunities, to create business value impact for both sides. And if you can give this unique access to technology even long before it's launched in the market, which fits to startups which are 2 to 3 years ahead of the market, that is something that now is a true differentiator.
There's a lot of other companies who early on stopped their like similar activities and didn't give them the time to develop as Hubraum did and is hopefully always doing also in the future. And that's a great thing, because not many like heads of these units like you and I have the chance to take that much time and get this amount of trust by their management. I think this is a really great thing. Yeah. Okay, birthday wishes. Well, hubraum, dear hubraum, happy birthday! All the best for the next 10 or even 100 years. Live long and prosper.